What's going on, guys? So today's video is sponsored by edelkrone right there. So shout out to them for sending me all these cool new toys. So we're out on a jungle safari. Well, it's like an LA jungle safari. I think we'll be able to get some interesting shots out of this. And as you guys know, it's a sponsored video, so giveaway coming up. I think this is gonna look pretty cool. Macro shots of little teeny plants. I wish there was like a little ladybug on one of these plants. That would be awesome. So one of the main reasons why I would choose a slider over a gimbal in many shoots is because instead of like a big epic massive move through a field, it's more of like a subtle motion. It's more of a thing that you feel. And that's good because you know that saying less is more. I feel like that's especially true in the creative field. Great example would be an actor or actress. An untrained actor will be so focused on saying the lines and doing an action. So oftentimes if we're working with an actor that's trying too hard, a common phrase we'll use is just throw it away. Stop trying so hard to act out this scene. Just feel like you're in the moment. Feel what your character's feeling and think what your character's thinking, opposed to saying the line in an action. My mom would always kind of tell me that too, because she was a piano teacher, and she'd always say, stop just playing the notes. You have to feel the music or else it doesn't work. And I would always respond with, can I go now? I want to go to Michael's house. He just got a new pogo stick. I don't want to play piano anymore. So, you know, anyone can play keys on a keyboard, but there's a big difference between Beethoven and your sister's douchey boyfriend who thinks his band's actually good. So that's my theory with cameras too. I feel like anyone can dial in a camera, but there's the subtle things that you do that enhance it and just takes it to the next level. Right now I'm getting a shot of you, and just this slight movement is adding so much more dimension to the shot. I love it. I'm actually just about to head out to Spokane, Washington and Glacier National Park starting tomorrow. And it's cool that this thing is so small because then I'm gonna be able to take it with me and I should be able to get some pretty cool shots over there. Anyways, this is a concoction of a couple different parts, so let's take it to the studio and I'll give you a tour of this thing. So let's start with this teeny little thing, which is an edelkrone slider. My very first impressions was, well, that's it? This is the whole slider? I mean, I'm used to sliders like this big, but I've been playing with it for the last few weeks and I'm actually starting to fall in love with this little guy. For example, if you have a studio space kind of like mine where it's just not that big, having one of these things is gonna make life a whole lot easier. And I actually do have a much bigger slider, but I never set it up because first of all, it takes 2 tripods to set up. And it's just honestly not the easiest thing to use and I'm lazy. So having something like this doesn't take up any space in the shelf and I could just fit it in whatever bag I'm taking out for the day. And even though this thing is tiny, it has almost 8 inches of travel, which is actually pretty good. And if you're doing product shots, this is really gonna step up your game. So let's try to get a shot of this camera. This is one of my very first video cameras. So I'm just gonna set this here, you know, and it's kind of a cool shot, but it's just not super sexy. So let's add a little bit of motion to it and check this out. By the way, all that motion was only half of the available track. If you use it wisely, you can get a whole lot out of this little distance. Obviously, it's not gonna be as dramatic as some of their much bigger sliders, but for its convenience, it's awesome. So let's try to step it up a notch. And so far, we've been using the SliderONE V2, and the flex tilt head is just a super simple solution of giving you the functionalities of a tripod, but in a super compact form factor. So when you're trying to go super compact, it's actually a pretty solid solution. I mean, it is sturdy and it takes a lot of pressure to actually move it around, which is actually a good thing because then you don't really have to worry about how heavy your camera is. But to really step it up, we're gonna wanna use this, which is the head one. And what's cool about this whole system is it's kind of modular. You could use it in a couple different ways. But edelkrone is claiming that this slider can do a 20-pound payload and this head one can do 15 pounds. That sounds like a lot. I think we should test it out to see if it's for real. Okay, so this is 15.5 pounds. So let's see if it can actually hold this and turn it. Honestly, this doesn't really feel like a great idea. And this all gets controlled by the app. And whenever I turn on the app, it actually detects what systems are turned on near it and then gives me control to both. So now it just detected that there's a head one and a slider one nearby and connected them both. Oh my God, it's actually doing it no problem. I'm terrified it's gonna tip over, but yeah, there's like no hesitation out of this thing. As insane as this looks, this is still generally within the acceptable weight range, so that's crazy. There we go, now that feels nice and locked down, and I actually kind of like the size of it because if it was any bigger, I'd be worried about the center of gravity shifting too much in one direction and having it tip over. Let's get some footage of this guy. It looks so sexy, I wish I knew how to use it. great clickbait opportunity, so I gotta take it. Check it out. Thumbnail! Made you click though, right? It's a pretty good thumbnail. Edelkrone works with cameras, new and old. I should have been an infomercial spokesman. I missed that boat, damn it. But remember how earlier I was saying that this is a very modular system? The reason why I said that is because you can get two of these head ones and actually use one to control the pan and the other one to control the tilt. So then you can electronically control both the pan and the tilt and the side to side. But here's one of the things I find really, really unique. Check this out. You can actually buy these discs. Let's go with white. So you could attach the disc to the head one, and this is again the thing that was controlling the pan earlier. Pretty sick, right? All right, so we got the overhead lighting again. Okay, I want it to start here, and then I want it to go in. I want it to end right there. Perfect. So I'm gonna save this as my end point, and then all we gotta do is just toggle it. That was perfect. That was perfect. It's so easy. Oh, come on guys, that was cool. That was freaking cool. I used to have to shoot a whole lot of products and I hated it. Now that's all I want to do. Give me more products to film. It's too easy. It's too easy. That's the beauty of these electronic sliders, is they're so precise. You can get the most intricate shots that you'd never be able to do with your clumsy ass hands. But it's like small enough to take it to a restaurant, plop it on the table and get a cool shot of food. And it just adds that whole extra dimension to the shot, you know? Anyways, thanks edelkrone for sponsoring this video and sending all this cool stuff out to me. And as you guys know, yep, if there's a sponsor, there's a giveaway. So I'll be giving away one of my cameras. How about my white Canon M50? Huh? I know a lot of you guys wanted that one. Shout out to the last person that won a Canon M50 and the ADD winner over here. Should have named my channel Potato Santa. To enter to win, all you gotta do is drop a comment down below. Anyways, let's wrap this up by reading a few comments from my last video, which was all about the one wheel and using it as a filmmaker tool. The top comment was from the Matt222. We don't need your green screen to put you in the floating house. Masking exists. Wait, Matt222, you're the guy that edited me into the floating house, huh? And spent a bunch of hours doing that. Jacob says that athlete was Usain Bolt. Oh man, I'm embarrassed. Anything sports related, I know just about nothing about. I actually just shot a video with my buddy Ryan, who's a professional photographer. He shoots a lot of sports for like ESPN. That video is coming soon, but yeah, I didn't know any of the athletes he photographed, even though they're all like big deals. Looked like Kim Jong-un at 44 seconds in on the unicycle. Oh god, that is something that Kim Jong-un probably would ride around in and think looks cool. Love how Gene picks the most flattering angles to shoot himself in, lying on the ground looking wasted in a hotel room with no pants on. That's why I love YouTube. You guys accept it. On Instagram, you get no love. I bet that curb is flat by now. It was a lot of work getting up a curb on that one wheel. Looks easy in the videos of people doing it, but I still need to practice. YouTube channel. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Just YouTube channel. I hope Disney gets paid royalties off all the up jokes you guys make. I hope so too. I think you guys should pay money every time you make the joke. We should just stop making these up jokes altogether. Try tying a few balloons at the front. That should get you up the curve. MTMDM says, hey, Potato Jeff finally got it. We're talking about the one wheel still, right? Armando says, can I send you money to get a real haircut? What's wrong with my haircut? I thought Sam did a really great job. String a pogo still?